The Fantôme has been reborn. Yes, the deluxe version. Here we go. So this is the Fantôme Reborn. Link in the description to go ahead and pick this up today off of Kickstarter. The launch is today, the 13th. You must go and find this on Kickstarter. Link in the description, obviously. Anyway, yeah, I am excited. Look at this. Before I start, look at this packaging. Like, this is something that Lamusi Design just absolutely just nails, as far as just, you get something and you love it because it's just so cool. It's got all of the glimmer and all of the sheen and the shine, and everyone's excited about it. I love it. And here you go. Now, this is an early release, obviously, since it's on Kickstarter. But, yeah, this is looking really, really good. So, a little bit on the extras. You know I love my extras. You know I love me my extras. That is pretty. Look at that. That is really pretty. And a little bit of a postcard look deal here. Nice, nice. And then, of course, the card. We have two sets. We have the Oracle deck with a book. I have not seen an Oracle deck with a book this color in a while. So, you know, but yeah, look at that beautiful font. I like that it's nice and bold. Like, you can actually read this. Like, and I'm just saying, like half of, let's look at the Mehmet Tarot. Like, you can't read that. You can't read that. This, look at this. I'm old, and I can read this without my glasses. I'm old, and I can read this without my glasses. This is absolutely gorgeous, I got to say now. But yes, we have the Knight of Pentacles over there, symbolizes the hard work. You have all of this beautiful text, and it has pictures, obviously, of the card within it. So the Oracle is looking nice, looking nice. We're going to do a different video for the Oracle. We need to pimp up the tarot right now. Pimp up the tarot. Jeez, look at that. I love the side design. It's nice. What I like about these cards is they're matte. So it's not just going to shine all over the place and be a little bit of an annoyance when you're trying to focus. So overall, looking good. Let's look at the tarot deck. Wow. The tarot deck is huge. These are some thick cards. I do love my thick cards. I do love my thick cards, and I can't get it out. That's a personal problem. That's a personal problem right there. All right, let's take a look at these. All right, look how thick this deck is. This is great. I really like this. Certainly very cool. And, of course, look at the card quality. Not an exhaustive test of card quality, but that thing ain't moving. That is a thick card. That is a thick card. And it is very attractive as well. So we got the reader. Your traditional tarot reader right there. Get the Fool. So is the reader a different version of the Magician? I don't know. I don't have the book for this. Maybe is this in this book? Is the reader a different version of the... Major Arcana and Beginnings. All right. Here we have the Fool. Then we have the Magician. We have the Reader. Oh, we got the High Priestess. Maybe it's in the back. Connection. This is Oracle. Let's look at the last card here. There we go, the Reader. So the Reader card represents a person engaging with the cards, obviously. Connecting with their intuition to seek answers and guidance. Very cool, very cool. Okay, so we got the Reader. Pretty card. That's really nice. We have the Fool. The Fool is on their journey. I like the ethereal look at the backpack there, with almost like an ethereal dog as well. So we have the Magician with all the tools in the hovering state. the High Priestess. That's cool. I love the pillars are a different color. I don't know why, that just looks cool. I like that, I like that. So this is very like stylish, right? The pillars are a different color. This picks up on part of her outfit, and then the dark picks up on the back, and then the shadows of her outfit. So it looks just really, really well done there. The Empress is sitting there. Not a lot of wildlife, but still. And we have a pregnant Empress. You know I like my pregnant Empresses. The Emperor. Very stately. With all the ram references in place. The Hierophant. With the keys up there instead of down there. The Lovers. Come to me, Juliet. We have a snake protecting us from his wiener. All right. We have the Chariot. The Immobile Chariot, very classic. Strength. With the Ethereal Lion. The Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. I like they're both interacting with the book. That's cool. Justice will be served. Their face is hidden. Oh, man. I got a lot of grief when I did that. Their face is hidden. Normally it's on the side, lined up kind of thing. Interesting take. Interesting take. I'd like to hear the reason. Actually, I'm going to take a break. You tuned into my channel not to only see the cards, but to see my thoughts on it. So I want to know why it's covering her face. We're going the wrong way. We somehow landed in the Pentacles. Here we go. All right. The Justice card represents truth, fairness, and accountability. Urging the reader to act with integrity and take responsibility. If justice is being sought, this card signifies a favorable resolution. Justice also indicates unfairness, imbalance, and resolution conflicts. I don't know. I'd like to interview her and find out. Is there a reason that Justice's face is covered? Maybe there's a twist. There's always a reason the artist does something, and I love to hear what it is. Like, I'm never just happy with, oh, because of this. I always kind of want to know, you know? Always kind of want to know. Like, what was the reasoning? What was the logic here behind some of these decisions? So you have the Hanged Man there. And Death. That's a new twist. We're begging death. I'm not sure. Are we begging them, or are we just discussing something? And what's the city in the sky about? Temperance. Sort of a hovering cups. I'd also be interested why the steps. The steps we'll see approaching from above. Is that symbolic? I'm above the situation. I'm approaching from above, maybe. I'm using my power to hover it. The Devil, pretty traditional there. Except the people are seated. At the Tower. Very traditional. Wait. Why is he pointing? Here's another thing I want to know. Why are they pointing? The Star. The Moon. That's an interesting take. They're permanently separated from each other. I never thought about that. The Sun. Separated from a horse. This deck has a lot of separation. That's interesting. This deck has a lot of separation. You notice this? We got separation here. We have the separation on the Temperance. We have a lot of separation. So the boy is separated from the horse, and the two animals are separated from each other. I wonder if that's an overall theme for the deck as well. Loss, separation, not being able to find what you want, not being able to get where you need to go. Judgment. Pretty traditional there. The World, everybody loves it. Now, you know I love my minors. Well, no, don't take that the wrong way. You know what I'm saying. You know I love minor cards. Ace of Pentacles. I love minor cards because they allow more expression. Like you get into a minor card, you have a lot more expression. You have a lot more you can say in a minor card because it's a very specific scene, right? Two of Pentacles. Yeah. Pretty traditional. Three of Pentacles. Pretty traditional. Any little hidden gems in there? Oh, another separation. So we have a separation of the specifications for the project from this person. It's almost like it's being hidden from the person. Did you remember what we needed to do? Did you do that correctly? You're being audited. But the separation between these two. Four of Pentacles. Okay. The Five of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles. And again, separation. This column or this platform separates him from the beggars. Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. Eight of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles. This is a reading deck. This is a reading deck. Got all sorts of cool little twists and turns. Ten of Pentacles. More separation. Look how she's separated in height from everyone else. The Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. You know, the Page of Pentacles is always a hard one to draw. Like, what do you do? Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles has a little more style possibilities because of the animals, you know. The King of Pentacles. Again, another hard one to do. Ace of Cups is always fun. This one's always the best. Because how you can just redraw the water and all this. They are not separated. They're allowed to get together. Oh, isn't that cute? She's got the Xena Warrior Princess thing going there. Three of Cups. It's interesting. This is interesting. The Three of Cups traditionally is a card where all the people are really too close. Like they're way too close to each other. Right? Because they're always like intertwined, almost like into one body. And here, we have these columns or these seats forcing them together. So they're not intertwined as much, right? But they have these columns and these seats intertwined and pushing them together. That's a neat twist. I like that. Get the Four of Cups. Like a doorway to heaven. Stairway to heaven, maybe. Being offered from afar. That's interesting, too. Another interesting twist. Look. Normally it's from a cloud, a little puff of a cloud. You can't really like enter a puff of a cloud, but you could go through that door. Ooh, that would be fun to read. You could go through that door and find out who's offering you the cup and find out what is. So there's a possibility now of finding out what's behind door number 3 there. Or door number 4 in that case. The Five of Cups. We get the bridge in the background. Six of Cups. Seven. Another doorway. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. Ten. Where's their house? The house is always so prominent in this card. Page of Cups. Knight. And the Queen. King. Let's do Wands. Back to the door. That's interesting. The door's on the other side. First door's on the left, second door's on the right. Is there a difference? That's a different place. Over here and over there would be a different place. Two of Wands. Okay. Three of Wands. The Three of Wands has a built-in separation to it, right? Because you're looking over your kingdom. Four of Wands. The crowd is missing on this. Five of Wands. Again, with the separation, the top two are outside of the realm of the other one unless they climb the stairs. Six of Wands. Seven of Wands. Who is she fighting? There's no attackers. That's an interesting twist. Could you be defending yourself against a non-situation? There's no one to defend yourself against. Eight of Wands. Never like the Eight of Wands. As far as art is concerned, Nine of Wands. That's interesting too. Look at the guard. Look at how guarded they are in that environment. The Ten of Wands. He's carrying it uphill in addition to having to carry it. All right, we'll get the page. The Knight. The Queen. Queen of Wands is always my favorite. And the King. All right, finally the Ace. Pretty traditional. All right, let's finish off with the swords. Let's do the Ace first. I didn't notice at the bottom. Well, apparently there's more. I may have missed it. Did I miss it? Here's the Ace of Wands. I have no idea. Ace of Wands. Oh, I don't have an Ace of Swords. I have two Ace of Wands. It is a pre-release deck. Let's imagine that it'll look cool, even though I don't have it. Let's look at the artist real quick. Ooh, pretty. It's got a little kitty down there. Like the Queen. A kitty. Meow. Two of Swords. On a bridge. So they're between worlds. You see this? Look how they're between two worlds on this bridge. Three of Swords. Is that a box of chocolates? Is that a box of chocolates? Is that a box of chocolates? I gotta know. I got to know. Like that Clint Eastwood movie. I don't know how many shots I fired. Could be 5, it could be 2. You want to find out, punk? This video is really long. Represents heartbreak, emotional pain, and grief. It suggests the reader may be experiencing sorrow from a relationship ending. The weight of the emotional suffering. The Three of Swords signifies somebody dumping you when you get cancer. No! Healing, release, or the beginning of emotional recovery. I don't know if it's a box of chocolates. Four of Swords. Five of Swords. Defeat. Six of Swords. Look, they're blocked in. Seven of Swords. Again, separation from him. He's separated, taking a peek back, making sure everything's cool. 58. It's like a sunglasses cyberpunk theme. Looks kind of like a Final Fantasy character. Cloud. Cloud, you must find the machine. You must get it. Nine of Swords. 10 of Swords. That's interesting. They're dropping something. You're dropping something at death. Get the page in the night. If I can get it to focus. There we go. Page in the night. And the king and the queen. Thank you for watching. You know, I love this art style. I read at least 1,000 readings with this previous deck. I love this deck. It's a good deck. It's a reader deck. All right, my take is I love the new twists because it adds so much beef in a reading. Like the separation between these characters, right? The possibility of going through that door and finding out who is, you know, teasing you with this extra cup, or who is the person behind the mask there. And I love the separation. I love the little things like the dropping something upon death and the Ten of Swords. There's all sorts of nuances here that make this deck a reader deck. A lot of nuances. Get it. You need it in your life. You know you want a book that you can actually read. Not like this garbage. Like, look at the difference. Look at the difference. I don't want to read this. Hang on. Let me prepare to read this. Let me get my goggles. I bought these for when I had to solder something. Let me get these and put these on so I actually read this. Let's see, if you're the watcher, now you can see it. Now you can actually read it with some welding. No, not welding. It's soldering. You can put the soldering. Now you can actually read it. So if you're gonna buy any other deck, get yourself soldering glasses. If you want a real book, get yourself this deck, because I love it. Especially since I'm getting old. Well, I'm actually already old. I'm 60. But look at that. Look at how easy that is. I love it. I love everything about this deck. Get it. You want it. You know you want it.